everyone, this is Fantasy Ask and welcome back to Season 2 of Royal Clan in ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generator game. When we left off in the previous episode, we raised a servant she-cat to nobility and we had a bout of royal matchmaking. So that's right, Bearpelt is finally paired up with Hemlock after we tracked her down and brought her back to the grotto, and she was even given a place in the Queen's court as a royal physician. So she has essentially taken what was Icicle Speck's job, and he has been demoted to matchmaker. But you know, the clan is functioning. It's functioning for sure. But okay, let us continue with these guys and see what they get up to next. It is the final turn of Greenleaf, and we are at Moon 101. Jumping onto the Leader's Den, we have all of our alliances under Queen Rainstar, which is just fine. And then Ghostfeather managed to recover from his heat exhaustion, which is nice. Freeze Fur has gotten a stomach ache, so someone has a teeny tiny tummy ache. Not enough to stop him from going out on patrols, I think, but, you know, it's going to be a bit of a bother. Maybe keep him distracted. And then rumors reach our clan that the servant Swan has died recently. So one of our servant clan cats has passed away. Unfortunate. Okay, so everyone seems to be doing pretty well. Like I said, Freeze Fur, he does have that tummy ache, but it's not bad enough that he won't be able to go out on patrols, which is wonderful news for us. Let's go to the medicine cat den. Yes, we have, that's right, fleas and a stomach ache over here, so some minor things going on. Let's see, Ghostfeather was given ragwort as treatment for heat exhaustion, and then he recovered from that. Hemlock was given plantain as treatment for fleas, and Hemlock gathered moss, juniper, and thyme this moon. I keep forgetting that she's the new royal physician, even though I just said it. But you know, I'm used to Icicle Speck being here, but yeah, there we go. And look at that! She apparently has gained a bit more experience in her particular job because now she's able to look after 17 members instead of 16. Fascinating. Let's go check out our relationships now. Icicle Speck feels safe with Flailstorm around. Icicle Speck, Cool Runner, and Hemlock had a nice talk while eating. Icicle Speck and Cinnamon Tail chat idly about the latest meeting. Flailstorm doesn't tell Inkfeather that she forgot to groom a part of her fur. Flailstorm saw Flare Freckle show off a skill he never knew she had. Shining Stripe can hear the truth in Cinnamon Tail's words when he talks about protecting others. Cinnamon Tail yawns while Shining Stripe is trying to tell him something. Queen Rainstar guides Flare Freckle to someone she is looking for. Whenever Cinnamon Tail's name is mentioned, Flare Freckle relaxes. Bearpelt listens to Queen Rainstar's big plans for the day. Bearpelt is impressed with Foxclaw's willingness to help. Inkfeather thinks Fierce Kid did something incompetent. Inkfeather spends some time with Ghostfeather and they both end up understanding each other a little better. Cool Runner calms down when realizing Freeze Fur is nearby. Cool Runner can't help but admire River Whistle's pelt. Foxclaw and Cool Runner work well on a patrol together. Foxclaw helps Fierce Kid with something she was struggling with. Ghostfeather doesn't think that River Whistle has been completely honest lately. Ghostfeather insults one of Fierce Kid's insecurities. Ghostfeather heard River Whistle talking badly about him. Icicle Speck snickered when Freeze Fur tripped. After something happens, Freeze Fur and Fierce Kid find comfort in one another's company. Garlic Glow and Queen Rainstar have a race. Rainstar wins. Cool Runner sends a clanmate to help Garlic Glow with something she's struggling with. Queen Rainstar is asking Foxclaw interesting questions. Queen Rainstar hears Cinnamon Tail crying over something everyone downplayed the severity of. Cinnamon Tail is sharing tongues with River Whistle. River Whistle stumbles upon Garlic Glow looking at the stars with wonder in her eyes. Hemlock hears Queen Rainstar laugh at a clanmate's joke even though it was lame. Hemlock gets a bunch of cats up for morning stretches and they don't like it. Fierce Kid respects Hemlock's opinion despite disagreeing with it, and Fierce Kid wants to snuggle with Flare Freckle, which is adorable. But okay, that is all we have for events, so let's wrap up over here and move on to the cat list. Okay, let's continue with the cat list. A quick reminder on our loyalties. Now, in terms of relationships, there were 4 cats that I noticed some changes with. The first one was Queen Rainstar herself, and she has begun a new romance with Hemlock, of all cats. Like, Rainstar, what are you doing? You don't need to be distracting the, newly raised nobility when she is trying to build a connection with Bearpelt, especially when we know that, yes, Bearpelt is flirty, but his eyes are everywhere, and I don't want Hemlock to also be distracted by someone else. But hey, Rainstar is admiring Hemlock. Maybe she likes the idea of Hemlock being the first kind of cat that she's used her stature and her powers to elevate to nobility. Maybe she feels, good about herself because of that, and so she can't help be a little bit charmed by Hemlock in the grotto. So there is that. The next cat I noticed something with was Bearpelt. Bearpelt has had a romance lost with Foxclaw, which is no surprise because as soon as he was worried about his relationship with Foxclaw, but as soon as he had that matchmaking session with Hemlock, I feel like he kind of got starry eyes for her, and so he's been a little bit distracted from Foxclaw, but he's still in love with Foxclaw, just like he is in love with Ghostfella. So there is that. And then the next cat I noticed something with was Quillrunner. Quillrunner has had a romance gain with River Whistle. So earlier today, he was actually admiring River Whistle's pelt, which, to be fair, River Whistle does have a very beautiful pelt. But I find it very interesting, Quillrunner's relationship with River Whistle and River Whistle's brother, because Quillrunner hates Cinnamon Tail, and yet we have witnessed him sharing tongues with Cinnamon Tail. Apparently that has nothing to do with hatred, and he feels good about River Whistle. So it's like complete opposites. River Whistle, actually, now that I look at it as well, River Whistle has the quieter, cooler, soothing personality, and if you look at his pelt, he also has a cool-toned pelt, whereas his brother, Cinnamon Tail, is more vibrant, is more charismatic, more present around other cats. He's got a, I think, more explosive personality, and he has like a much warmer tone in terms of his pelt as well, so that's kind of cool. Never really thought about that, but they really are opposites. River Whistle is kind of cold to other cats, Cinnamon Tail is warm to cats, and yeah, Quillrunner apparently leans in a certain direction. So there was that, and then the final cat I noticed something with was Foxclaw. Foxclaw has fallen out of love with Bearpelt. This was exactly the kind of thing that I think Bearpelt was worried about, and yeah, Foxclaw, I don't know, might take this chance to start exploring something with some other cats. And he is kind of sneaky, so I feel like if Bearpelt isn't giving him attention, Foxclaw, rather than cling to Bearpelt, might actually cozy up to some other cat behind his back. I don't know. I mean, they're not mates anymore. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on him and on that. And then, of course, Hemlock and Bearpelt in the last episode, they did get closer from the matchmaking session, but nothing since then has happened. So we are going to continue with their matchmaking session, head over to Icicle Spec and see if they have like a good time chatting with each other today. Okay, so trust has increased, platonic like has increased as well, jealousy and dislike has decreased. So Hemlock, I think, is trying to get her bearings, and maybe she's noticed that Queen Rainstar is kind of interested in her. So I think maybe she's gonna take a little bit of a break from flirting with Bearpelt to see if she can do something with the influence she kind of is having over the Queen. And Bearpelt, meanwhile, I think, is probably freaking out a little bit by the fact that Foxclaw is no longer in love with him, so he is distracted as well, and I think not able to kind of focus on this matchmaking session. But it's okay. It's okay. They have time with each other. So okay, let's go ahead and see what everyone's doing for the day. Queen Rainstar has been on edge watching the camp entrance all day. Garlic Glow is wondering just how good at swimming she really is. Hemlock is debating swimming to cool down. Icicle Spec can't find Garlic Glow anywhere. Ink Feather puts Royal Clan first. Shining Stripe always cheers the loudest of any cat at naming ceremonies. Flapfreckle is worrying about asking Hemlock for help for something minor. Bearpelt tries to set a good example for younger cats. Quillrunner is wondering what the inside of a two-legged den looks like. Foxclaw is telling Flailstorm a story. Ghostfella saw some kitty pets playing with colorful moss balls. Freezefur is giving some advice to Flailstorm. Cinnamon Tail wants to train. River Whistle is looking forward to the next gathering. Flailstorm is thinking about his life choices. And Fierce Kid is whining about the heat. And that's pretty much all we have over here, so let's wrap up and move on to patrols. Okay, we are continuing with patrols. We currently have 62.9 prey and we need 41.5. We'll send out Hemlock, our royal physician, first off. Hemlock heads out to find a juniper tree, wanting to restock on its needles. Proceed. Hemlock finds a likely looking juniper tree and collects a decent amount of needles from it with a minimum of fuss. Juniper is gathered, and then we're gonna have 2 patrols of 6 apparently. Okay, look at that. Like, our clan's doing really well actually. So first up we have Bear Pelt, River Whistle, Shining Stripe, Flare Freckle, Queen Rainstar, and Inkfeather. So let's see what they get up to. And I wonder if Inkfeather is now maybe enjoying this a little bit more because she actually hasn't been out on patrols in a long time because the matchmakers don't go out of the camp. Oh, as the patrol is marking the borderlines, a gang of rogues bursts from the bushes, an ambush. But I don't know if we have to worry about ambushes, like we've been pretty good in the past. Flare Freckle immediately leaps to protect her clanmates, her ferocity in battle quickly terrifying the rogues. Realizing that they've sorely underestimated the clan cats, the rogues turn tail and run. See, there's nothing for us to worry about. Our cats are like really capable. And then we have our next group of 6 with Garlic Glow, Quill Runner, Freezefur, Ghost Feather, Cinnamon Tail, and Foxclaw. So let's see what they get up to. The patrol hears a cat begging for their housefolk to come back, just barely intelligible over the sound of a monster speeding away. Proceed. Garlic Glow finds a kitty pet collapsed by the thunderpath, wailing for his housefolk. Garlic Glow comforts him, asking why he was left here. The only explanation he has is that he's sick. Perhaps he was too much of a burden? Garlic Glow offers him a place in Royal Clan, in Servant Clan, at least until he recovers. He tentatively accepts, looking longingly at the thunderpath as he's led away. Sleepback joins the clan. Your clan's reputation towards outsiders has improved, so who is this male? Who is this male? Okay, so this is the male. I'm gonna change his name, I think. Let's see. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what name I want for him. Pumpkinback? No. No. Renback? I don't know. So many options. I'm not entirely sure. Fireback, the Emberback, I don't know. Maybe it's the back that's causing a problem. Burnback? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Cinderback! Maybe Cinderback. I don't know. I'm not too fond of this. I'm just not too fond of this name. Cinderfruit! I love that. Okay, Cinderfruit is the name that I want. But this is a young adult male with green eyes and a goody pelt, confident and a great hunter, and I'm actually going to get rid of his accessory over here. I don't like my cat spraying the human accessories. Nuh-uh. When they pick up like herbs and insects and flowers and put it on their pelt, like I'm all over that. But any of the human stuff, like no. But what does he look like when he is healthy? Oh, look at that. He's actually a really pretty cat, especially with his eyes. Very, very pretty. But okay, so this is Cinderfruit, guys, and he is going to join Servant Clan. So we're going to send him out to Servant Clan so he can be with the other cats. But what sickness did he have, I wonder? He had white cough. Okay. We have been discovering like so many cats. He looks a lot like Flower, doesn't he? Yeah, we've been discovering so many cats, I feel like, in this season. Especially cats that have been like left by 2 legs. Like so much. Our Servant Clan has really, really grown. Okay, and we're actually doing really good for numbers with Royal Clan in the grotto as well. We're actually doing really good for numbers. But okay guys, that is all we managed to get done today. With that said and done, I'm going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.